For decades, the human race has been searching for alien life, whether that be on Mars, the icy moon of the outer solar system, and even planets and star systems beyond our own. However, just last week, astronomers found a sign of possible microbial life in one of the most unlikely spots possible, Venus. Now, before we get into what this possible sign of life is and why it's a big deal, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Now, what is Venus like, and why would it be a seemingly unlikely candidate for life? Simply put, Venus is very, very hostile. Its surface temperature is about 860 degrees Fahrenheit, or 460 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. In addition, it rains sulfuric acid, has an atmosphere that is 96% carbon dioxide, and has a pressure nearly 100 times greater than Earth's is at sea level. All of these are conditions that would be unsuitable for Earth-like life. But the thing is, all of these conditions are on the surface of the planet. Now, the thing about the extremely high pressure is that means the atmosphere of Venus is extremely thick, about 160 miles or 250 kilometers deep. You also know that the temperature decreases as you increase in altitude on Earth, and this is true for Venus as well. As a result, at certain heights in the atmosphere, the temperature and pressure could be similar to that of Earth. It is in these areas of the atmosphere that this sign of life was detected. What is the sign of life? Well, it is a gas known as phosphine, and while there are many ways that this compound can form, there are only two scenarios where it can be present in the atmosphere of Venus. A chemical reaction that we don't know about, or life. Now, phosphine is very toxic to oxygen-breathing life forms, so that can be ruled out. However, anaerobic life forms, or life forms that don't use oxygen to survive, can produce phosphine. We know anaerobic life forms are possible because they were the dominant life forms in an oxygen-free Earth billions of years ago. In fact, when oxygen was introduced into the atmosphere, these anaerobic bacteria got completely wiped out, causing the biggest mass extinction in Earth's history. This is important because if we do find microbes in the Venusian clouds, it could be similar to those that inhabited Earth in the early days of life. Now, just because we have found a sign of life doesn't mean that we'll be seeing aliens in our own solar system. However, there are a few other reasons why this is exciting. First, it'll prove that life can exist on other planets, and that we are not alone in the universe. As a result, the search for life in other places will ramp up dramatically. Second, if life can exist now, it definitely existed in Venus's past. You see, back when the sun was a cooler, dimmer star, it is theorized that Venus had liquid oceans and possibly a thriving biosphere. However, 700 million years ago, Venus got so hot its oceans rapidly evaporated, kickstarting the runaway greenhouse that turned it into the planet it is now. Any surviving life would have escaped into the upper atmosphere, and the descendants of these refugees are what we're seeing now. On a somewhat related note, it offers a clue as to what will happen to life on Earth in the future. As the sun continues to heat up, the Earth will undergo similar processes, eventually turning it into another Venus-like planet. As a result, it is very possible that the final life forms on Earth will take form of anaerobic, phosphine-producing microbes in the upper atmosphere, just like Venus is now. And with that concludes this video about possible life on Venus. As always, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.